नमस्कार. द वॉयसाच्या आयच्या या खाशेल्या मुलाखतीत तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. इश्टानो, फाटले कांय दीस आमी गोंयांत अल्पवयीन भुरग्यांच्या किडनॅपिंगांचे वेगवेगळे प्रसंग आयकतात, वेगवेगळ्यो बातम्यो येतात. आयज ही मुलाखत हांगा शूट करता आसतना आयज सकाळीं लेगीत अशा एका किडनॅपिंगांची बातमी आमकां आयकुपाक आयल्या. त्या भायर कांय दीस फाटीं आमी अल्पवयीन एका चलयेचेर लैंगीक अत्याचार जाल्ल्याची बातमी आयकली. शाळांनी लेगीत कशे तरेन शिक्षक भुरग्यांक मारतात हें लेगीत आमी पळयलें. आनी हे सगळें पळयता आसतना वेगवेगळे प्रश्न आमच्या मुखार आयले आनी ह्या प्रश्नांच्यो जापो सोदता आसतना गोंयान जे आमचे गोवा स्टेट कमिशन फॉर प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चायल्ड रायट्स आसा, ताका फाटले एक वर्स कोण वाली ना, कोण समिती ना, कोण अध्यक्ष ना, अशा तरेची बातमी आमच्या सामकार आयली. हे एकंदर चित्र पळयलें जाल्यार आमची भुरगीं, जांकां आमी आमची संपत्ती म्हणटा, आमचो फुडार म्हणटा, ती गोंयांत सुरक्षीत आसात काय कितें? गोंय हे पयलें राज्य आशिल्लें ज्यांनी गोवा चिल्ड्रन्स एक्ट स्थापन केल्लो आनी अशें आसतनाय बी आमचें सरकार, आमची न्याय वेवस्था, आमची पोलीस यंत्रणा आनी एकंदर आमचो समाज आमच्या भुरग्यां कडेन आनी तांच्या सुरक्षते कडेन कशे तरेन पळयता, ह्या विशयाचेर आयज आमी हांगा चर्चा करतात. आनी ही चर्चा करपाक आमच्या मदीं आसात गोवा स्टेट कमिशन फॉर प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चायल्ड रायट्साचे आदले अध्यक्ष पीटर बोर्जीस, जे सध्या सोशल वर्क ह्या विशयांत गोवा युनिव्हर्सिटीन असिस्टंट प्रोफेसर म्हणून कार्यरत आसात. सर, येवकार तुमकां. आनी सर, पयलो प्रश्न होच विचारपाक सोदता की गोंयान गोवा चिल्ड्रन्स एक्ट 2003 स्थापन केलो. आतां इट्स बीन मोर दॅन 20 years. आनी वी बोस्ट की आमचो म्हणजे गोंय हे एकमेव राज्य जे हो सगळ्यान पयलीं स्थापन जालो. सो ह्या कायद्याच्या एकंदर अंमलबजावणी विशीं तुमी सॅटिस्फायड आसात काय कितें? And you have worked as the chairperson. So how has this act helped you to work?
So Goa had a vision, I think a real vision, and we were far ahead of the concept that we were speaking in those times. Thanks, I was not around, but जे child rights advocate आल्ले गोंयांत, ताणें जे act तयार केल्लें, very strong act it was. आणि फर्स्ट टाइम जे आमी शब्द आतां कॉमन आमच्या वोकॅब्युलरींत आसात, लायक एक्सप्लॉयटेशन, अब्यूज, तांकां एक बरें डेफिनेशन दिल्लें. एंड इवन इन दोज इयर्स ऑनलायन चायल्ड अब्यूज, ऑनलायन जे अब्यूज जाता, नोवे वॉज इट इन द लॉ, एंड गोवा चिल्ड्रन्स एक्ट वॉज द फर्स्ट वन टू टॉक अबाउट इट. सो इन दॅट पर्स्पेक्टीव we set an example to the country. But म्हाका दिसता लायक हांवें फाटलीं 10 वर्सां चायल्ड प्रोटेक्शनान काम केलां. म्हाका दिसता जायते प्रोविजन जे आसले, वेरी स्ट्रॉंग प्रोविजन, तांचेर आमचें एटेन्शन नासलें. somehow we have forgotten those provisions. And also it has not come in policy, or nor it as there is investment. See, when you have an act comes, rules come, policy, lot of this, so there you need an investment. So implementation was very patchy,
right?
And I have seen that, I've seen that during my term as a chairperson and even as a member, that we have failed to implement it properly. So in that concern, I think people, system and political will are very important. People were there, systems were very patchy, were not strengthened. I think political will also over the period of time wasn't there. Yeah, so that's my initial reaction to what you have asked me.
बरोबर. आणि तुम्ही जशें म्हळें की पॉलिटिकल वील इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. आनी ताकाच लागून जेन्ना स्टेट कमिशन येदें व्हडलें एस्टाब्लीश जाल्लें आसा, ताका फाटलें एक वर्स चेअरमॅन मेळना, ताका एक वर्स कमिटी मेळना, आनी अशें न्ही की एडवर्टायजमेंट येवंक नाशिल्ल्यो, आयिल्ल्यो, येट इट इज नॉट फंक्शनींग. सो हाव वील दीस नॉन फंक्शनींग इम्पॅक्ट, म्हणजे फर्दर इम्पॅक्ट चायल्ड सेक्युरिटी और चिल्ड्रन सेक्युरिटी इन गोवा एज अ होल?
So Child Protection Commission has a very big mandate. 3 acts जी आसात, पॉक्सो एक्ट, JJ एक्ट आणि RT एक्ट, तिनी एक्टांक कमिशनाक एक मॅन्डेट दिल्ली आसा मॉनिटर करपाक. आणि इफ यू सी द चायल्ड प्रोटेक्शन स्पेस, वायलेशन जी जातात लायक यू नो रिस्पॉन्स, सिस्टमीक रिस्पॉन्स जो आसा वो सिस्टमाक टू मेक देम अकाउंटेबल, कमिशन हॅज अ बिग रोल. आणि म्हाका दिसता इन द एब्सन्स ऑफ सच अ बॉडी फॉर लॉंग टायम the systems have gone weak. I'm seeing it myself.
Yeah.
Whatever I have established, reform changes that I had done, even that is become very weak and withered away. So that's sad part of it. But finally, government is supposed to be looking into constitution of this commission.
Exactly.
So I have no understanding of why there is a delay in the constitution of the commission.
पिटर बाब, आयज आमी किडनॅपिंग म्हणया, सेक्शुअल अब्यूज ह्यो केसीस आयकतात. यू हॅव वर्कड ऑन द कमिशन. ह्यो केसीस आतां वाडपाक लागल्या काय कितें? काय तुमी आसतनाय बी ह्यो केसीस येताल्यो? आणि जशें हांवें म्हळें की गोंयान हो एक्ट आसा, सो हॅज दीस एक्ट इन सम वे हेल्प टू डील विथ दीस केसीस बेटर देन अदर स्टेट्स?
So I don't see cases, I will not say cases have increased. Cases have been there during even our time. But systemic response allo matcha quick allo. For example, you children on streets. Now during our time we used to constantly monitor that situation. We used to go out even in the nights. And now we see that again used to understand from where they are, repatriate them back, rescue them. We have done a lot of, there was a close collaboration between system, but now we see that again. But one thing that has increased is the online child abuse. म्हाका दिसता कांय वर्सान it is becoming a major issue because the abuse have shifted online, and now we are witnessing even children to children crimes. Whatever online abuse is happening between children to children themselves, so reporting is not being done. This is a very sensitive subject, and many don't want to report because finally this is a new emerging child protection area. And no one knows whom to go, and especially the trauma जो येता, like when you share pictures which are inappropriate or very private pictures, when they are being circulated online, जो trauma जो आसता, like तो trauma address करपाक we don't have a very good system. And I have seen like people come to me because I was the one who initiated a lot of work in online child abuse. We trained around 6,000 teachers also in this aspect. So a lot of call and people call me for a response. But what I see, no one is willing to report. And when you don't report, when you don't have the statistics and report, the ecosystem also thinks that this doesn't exist. But if you ask all the counselors in the school managements and things like that, everybody knows that it's emerging as the biggest problem. So this is what has increased. But kidnapping, recently there was a news that some of the kidnapping were fake. SP North Goa mentioned that a lot of. But even this, you have to read something in that. They are not mischief. They are not mischief which are played by they are signs of distress. Something children are not finding a safe space within their families, within the school system or within the communities, which is why these children go to that extent of even faking kidnapping. So we should take it as an emotional burnout on the children, and we should read. We should read properly, like just saying that these are fake kidnapping cases. This is not the narrative that we should try to build.
आणि इवन ह्या फेक केसीसान अशें मुखार सरले की इट वॉज आउट ऑफ एकेडेमिक प्रेशर्स म्हणून.
So that's what academic pressures. and most of it is, what I witness also, rise in parental alienation,
बरोबर.
separation असता, like
Exactly.
mom dad are fighting with each other. I've seen cases even like birthdays they are fighting, half day with me, half day with you.
Exactly.
This is the way children are suffering these days,
बरोबर.
and these are the signs we should be reading.
या अँड पीटर बाब, तुम्ही जसे म्हणे की ऑनलाईन खूप वाडपाक लागल्यात. देर इज अनादर सायड, म्हणजे इवन हे किडनॅपिंग केसीस ज्यो जाल्यो तातूंत अशें पळोवपाक मेळ्ळें की बिकॉज ऑफ दीस फॅमिली एलिनेशन म्हणया किंवा घरातूच उलोवपाक कोण मेळना म्हणून
Exactly.
भुरगो सोशल मिडियाचेर वता, कोणतरी
Exactly.
अनवळखी मनशा कडेन उलोवपाक लागता, वी डोंट नो वॉट दॅट पर्सन इज ऑन द अदर सायड,
Right.
आणि तो लिटरली घरांतल्यान भायर सरून वता ताच्या बरोबर.
Right.
म्हणजे तो घरातल्या लोकांचेर सोडून एका भायल्या अनवळखी मनशाचेर ट्रस्ट दवरता.
Right.
हॅव वी फेल्ड एज अ सोसायटी? म्हणजे आमी जेन्ना हे पळयतात तेन्ना आमी वी यूज टू ऑलवेज ट्रस्ट इन अवर फॅमिली सिस्टम, खास करून इंडियन आमी वी स्टील बिलीव इन अवर फॅमिली सिस्टम.
Right.
सो दिस सिस्टम इज collapsing, and as a society are we failing our children?
See, finally, it's about parental upbringing. Like, I feel that we are no longer the way our parents brought us up, like, with lot of choices, freedom, and even discipline and things like that. That's not there, like, right now, what I feel. But as you said, like, children connect to strangers because they are not, finding someone to connect at home, because parents also come at different times. Sometimes they don't even meet up for many days. So in such situation, when a child is raised, I think we are failing there, like, so even when I go around, this is one subject matter that I try to say, like, we should have some family understanding of how we some etiquettes of, like, even simple thing, like, when we are sharing a dinner together, no phones and things like that. So some simple measures, at least no sleeping with phone in the bedroom, because I have seen that, like, a lot of online abuse happen, with children when they are. I've studied some few cases and realized that.
Right.
So there need to be family etiquettes when it comes to digital safety. We should, and I'll tell you, this is not going to be solved or addressed. This digital world is becoming more complicated. सामको complicated जाता, आणि जे that those things which children do, our parents even don't know.
बरोबर.
So for example, connecting to the dark web and things like that. I have found even 11th and 12th standard children connecting to dark web.
Right.
So which even I don't know till date, like, so something which is very worrying, and we should keep up that pace, like, even I didn't have Instagram, but finally I opened to understand
what,
because that's where our young generation is today, and I need to understand what are the risks there, like, so we have to keep up the pace and try to understand what our children are doing in online world.
Peter, we have worked very closely with the system, police म्हणया किंवा आमचे सरकार म्हणया. सो अशो जेन्ना केसीस जाता, वी युजली सी की तो किडनॅप भुरग्याक परत हाडटात ताच्या हातूंतल्यान, तावडेंतल्यान म्हणटा तशें, एंड देन युजली ताका आपणा घरान धाडटात. हेजें रिहॅबिलिटेशन जावपाक जाय किंवा हेजें कावन्सिलींग जावपाक जाय. वन्स द चायल्ड हेज फेस्ड, लेट्स से, अब्यूज म्हणया किंवा किडनॅपिंग, इज इट डन एट अ अप्रोप्रिएट पेस, किंवा ज्या तरेन त्या भुरग्याक एका तरेन परत त्या सगळ्या सिच्युएशनांतल्यान भायर काडपाची जी एक गरज आसा, ती गरज त्या भुरग्याची भागता काय कितें?
So we call it psychosocial support or mental health care. So, Goa has been lacking. Forget about those who are, rescued and rehabilitated. If you see across, this is what I've been always telling the government, that we need to upscale strengthen our mental health care, especially in the school. Especially even now Supreme Court has come up with a mandate, to strengthen that. But we have never given focus on that, which is why we see, like, the kind of support system that is supposed to be built for those who are rescued. Like we treated as a healing cannot happen in few days. It's a continuous process, and that's what it is lacking everywhere. School system, in the whole other child protection system. Now, for example, POXO cases. A young child abused. Now they need a support person.
Right.
They don't understand what is police. They don't understand what is court. They don't understand what is happening. They don't understand so-called, we call it justice and all that what we are talking about. We don't have people who can accompany the victim.
Yeah.
Tell them what is happening, how the statement need to be done, how they need to heal. And sometimes even it's re-victimization.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see like cases on dragged for years, and then we expect the young victim to depose again in the court, recollect. We try to heal them. Then the system try to say like recollect and tell us what has happened.
Yeah.
So even re-victimize. So for the whole journey, I'm talking about just because that's something which is very for me it's very painful. Because I have seen a lot of POXO victim. Even now I'm seeing like occasionally like a lot of, but we don't have trained people. That trauma informed care, we call it, how to handle trauma.
Right.
It's not like you just have one session and so for that matter, even for children who run away, we need to have trained counselors, mental health professionals who understand and follow up with the child, not one session, two session, but continuous session.
Right.
So that's how. And even for that matter, when you say rehabilitation, victim compensation for a POXO, it's very sad state of affairs when it comes to victim compensation. Like I was trying to figure out that and fix it, but by the time my term got over. But that's something which is other states are doing much better. The conviction rate is much better. So a lot of aspects need to be addressed.
बॉर्जेस बाब आनी एक गजाल जी गोंयान हालींच घडली म्हणजे चायल्ड लेबर रिलेटेड जे रूल्स आसात तातूंत अमेंडमेंट जालो आनी आय रेड समवेर दॅट यू ऑल्सो वेलकम दोज अमेंडमेंट्स. सो वॉट आर दीज अमेंडमेंट्स एक तर आनी आर दे इन ट्यून विथ टुडेज टायम्स?
So that's something very interesting. It's not only that I welcome the amendments. So when I was chairperson in January 2022, so Goa was supposed to notify the rules in 2017, the new rules.
Okay.
And no one, even taught the labor department in even start one step towards it. And then when I was actively working, then I saw this as one of the lacuna in the whole system. And then I wrote to the then labor commissioner that this need to be done. And following like my term got over. And I was very passionate because I see child labor a lot. Even children on street begging.
Exactly.
And I saw that the district child labor task force was not there. I could see like when I go on the night, I used to go on the night beaches, and there I could see, witness a lot of things like. So finally we had a very good dynamic labor commissioner, Levinson Martins. Like so I said, sir, this need to be done. And I pursued it. Despite not being a chairperson, and we really got that through. So of course rules have come, but district task force is not created yet. The rehabilitation fund need to be created, because when a child is rescued, the fund needs to come into existence. The district task force need to get into action. They need to go and monitor. That I think is still pending. Like so it's a welcome step.
Yeah. बट वी डू सी म्हणजे आमी अजुनूय भुरगीं भीक मागतना पळयता आनी खंय तरी तो नंबर वाडटा कसो दिसता आमकां. सो रुल्स आयला म्हणजे जशें तुमी म्हणटा की रुल्स आयला, बट तांचें इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जाता काय कितें हो व्हडलो प्रश्न आसा.
सो म्हाका दिसता आमी पब्लिकानूय वी हॅव टू प्ले अ रोल because we have to play a role. Even I do that, even now, like when I see on signal, if I go on the scooter, I dial 1098 and I wait till pink post comes there.
Yeah, right.
So if everybody tries to dial that number and make the system work, I think they will be made to work. So I think that needs to be done.
एक्झॅक्टली.
Yeah.
पीटर बाब, लास्ट क्वेश्चन घेता की एकंदर आमच्या कडेन आसा सगळें, म्हणजे आमच्या कडेन कायदो आसा, आमच्या कडेन सिस्टम आसा, पुलीस आसा, बट तेजें इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जावप गरजेचें. सो आमची भुरगीं गोंयांत सुरक्षीत उरची आनी एकंदर हे जे आमी आयज आयकतात किडनॅपिंग म्हणजे किंवा वेगवेगळे तरेचे क्रायम्स आयकतात ते कमी जावचे, ते खंय तरी आमचे भुरगीं आमी आमची गिरेस्तकाय म्हणून आमकां सांबाळून मेळची म्हणून आमी एकवटान कितें करपाक जाय अशें तुमकां दिसता?
We have to make the system accountable. म्हाका दिसता आतां भुरग्यांचें जेन्ना आमी उलयतात तेन्ना वी टॉक ओन्ली अबाउट वेलफेअर. वेलफेअर एंड प्रोटेक्शन दोन वस्तू, दोन गजाल. वेलफेअर आय लायक टू गिव समथींग, आय कॅन स्टेशनरी तांदूळ कितें, इट्स व्हेरी इजी. बट एक सिस्टम एस्टॅब्लिश करपाक प्रोटेक्शनाचे ताका एक इन्वेस्टमेंट जाय पडटा, एक प्लॅनिंग जाय पडटा, एक स्ट्रॅटेजी जाय पडटा आनी एक्सपर्ट्स जाय पडटा. आणि ऑल्सो वी नीड टू कंडक्ट रिसर्च अँड अंडरस्टँड वॉट इज लॅकिंग. तो परत परत ते आमकां रिव्यू करपाक जाय, लायक सो आय थिंक दॅट इज मिसिंग. वी आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टँड वेर द सिस्टम इज लॅकिंग, वेर द इवन आमचे लायक रिएक्टीव जाता, प्रोएक्टीव जावपाक जाय. भुरगीं मेली, डॉग बाइट्स, then we think about doing something. Some children are kidnapped, then we think about, like, we know that these are, now that media is highlighting that, at least you come to know. But otherwise, we come across so many cases. We try to tell the authorities, but still no one. So this ecosystem जे आसा ना, तातूंत एक स्ट्रॅटेजी आसपाक जाय. स्टेट चायल्ड प्रोटेक्शन पॉलिसी ना आमकडे. स्कुलांनी पळयल्यार लायक स्कूल चायल्ड प्रोटेक्शन पॉलिसी ना. सो प्रोटेक्शन पॉलिसीज मिसिंग आसा. त्यो पयल्यो थाऱ्यार घालपाक जाय. स्कुलांक गेले लायक टिचर्स आर नॉट अवेर हाव टू. So everything is chaos, like despite we being the first state to have a state. So I think we have expertise, we have a lot of talent, we have a good system, we have resources, we have infrastructures. Just the political will and timely decision घेवपाक जाय, like that's very important.
Yes, thank you so much, Peter बाब. म्हाका दिसता आज गोंया मुखार खूब ज्वलंत प्रश्न आसा, पूण ह्या सगळ्या प्रश्नां मदीं जांकां आमी आमचो फुडार म्हणटात त्या भुरग्यांचे प्रश्न आनी तांच्यो ज्यो समस्या आसा त्यो खंय दुर्लक्षीत जावच्यो न्हय. आनी जशें पिटर बाबान म्हळें की आमच्या कडेन आसा सगळे कायदे आसात, सगळे आसात, पूण ते इम्प्लिमेंट जावचे ताच्या खातीर जे राजकीय एक वील जाय ते दिसचे. आनी आमचे जे गोवा स्टेट कमिशन फॉर प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चायल्ड रायट्स सारकिल्ल्यो म्हत्वाच्यो ज्यो ऑर्गनायझेशन्स आसात ती कार्यरत उरची अशेंच हांव ह्या वेळार मागन हांव परत एक फावट पिटर बाबांक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. तुमी पळयत रावात द व्हॉयस फॉर गोंय.
The voice for Goem.